Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Thanks for tuning in to Born to Ride TV, the longest-running biker TV show in the world. This week, meet the picture books and the video, Your Kiss Burn Like Fire. And an interview from Chopperama at Gibtown Bike Fest. Then, it's the Livewire Demo Day at Orlando Harley-Davidson. Also, the movie is out. We have an exclusive interview with Krista Grotti-Saxon about Nation's Fire from the Great American Motorcycle Show in Atlanta. All this and more here on Born to Ride.
Hi, this is Chuck the Iceman Liddell, former UFC light heavyweight champ, and you're watching Born to Ride TV.
Welcome, everybody. It's Born to Ride Radio. I am Dave the Flashman Morgan. Another Tuesday night. I hope you guys are enjoying your quarantine. I guess Tampa now is under
house arrest.
Under house arrest. Yeah.
No ankle monitors, Flash.
That's it. That's it. Hey, listen, you hear him in the background over here. Listen, everybody's been wanting to know when we're going to get some of the big timers in here, and we've officially got it right here. What's now officially? Do I call you Slob Rob or the Psycho Slob?
Yeah,
what is it?
You can call me anything but late for dinner.
That's
but
it.
Slob's fine. Slob's fine.
Slob. It's the Slob and Flash show tonight on Born to Ride Radio.
We're gonna flash some slobness,
dude. It's so good to have you in here, man. We've
Thank
been hearing a lot of stuff. You might have seen this guy back in the pro wrestling days. Body slamming some. How long has it been since you were in the wrestling?
The last time I wrestled Abdullah the Butcher,
yeah,
which I used to eat my underoos watching Abdullah on TV.
Right.
And I ended up doing my last show with him, so it was an honor. But 99 was my last show.
Really? Has it been that long?
I'm old, man.
Where's
I'm 62.
the time going?
Time, it's like dog years.
Yeah, right.
Flies by. Once you get 55.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the girls start wearing sandals with weird toenails,
yeah,
you're old.
My girl Kirsty says, "Yeah, I wear the sandals that Jesus left right on the stage right there. Those are my ones." You know.
Well, normally if I'm not in this outfit here, I'm in board shorts, flip flops, and surfing shirt.
Well, you're a Floridian, man. That's normal.
I'm a Floridian, first, last, and always. Dude, Flash.
You and me both, buddy. Born and raised right here in the Tampa Bay area. That's why we love it here so much, and that's why we do our Born to Ride show.
I think they call
right
that
here.
a homeboy.
Homeboy. We're homeboys. That's it. So, dude, give us some more of your history. I mean, we know you're from the professional wrestling scene. We know you seen you on the Discovery Channel. You had a major television show on that one. That was the good stuff. The good stuff.
Actually, we had a real reality show. It started off real. It went sour quick. Whenever you work with network, they want you to do stuff that I wasn't comfortable doing.
Right.
And my brothers Troy and Nasty,
yeah,
we tried to keep it as real as we could without scripting a show.
Okay.
Well, when you go to Storage Wars and they open the door,
right,
there's a camera looking at the people buying it.
Right.
So they've already been in there.
Oh, they've been in there.
There's no real reality shows.
Hey, tricks of the trade, people.
Yeah, it is.
We're revealing tricks of the trade.
I'm not supposed to say that, but I don't think I'm going with Discovery anymore.
I
stunk Discovery up pretty well.
That's it. So tell us about the show that you were on, and by the way, if you guys, the phone numbers are wide open there. They're scrolling across 813-525-5560. if you'd like to chime in, we'd love to hear from you. But give us a little bit the name of the show that you had on.
The show, the concept, I came up with a brother of mine, Troy, and Nasty, and Shotgun. And Shotgun's his brother-in-law was a producer in California.
Gotcha.
So he came to Florida. He saw me at a wedding, pulled me off to the side. I threw him the concept. Boom.
All
They
right.
grabbed it up.
Oh, they're saying we can't hear you too loud. I might have to hold that
I'm
mic.
sorry.
There you go. A little higher. There we go.
I'm sorry. I don't do
It's all
karaoke
right.
a lot.
Listen, it's okay.
Anyway, so the concept was discovered here. We got everything together. We went back and forth with contract negotiations for probably 6-8 months to get the
Right.
money right, the production, and I wanted full control of what was America saw. I didn't want it to turn out to be like the clown. They have a clown bike club,
Right.
and it was hideous.
Gotcha.
So I tried to keep it as real as you could with a 1% club, without exposing some secrets,
Okay.
you know, that you're not allowed to talk about.
Right. We don't want to do that here either.
But yeah,
don't wanna
I
go
grew
too
up in
far.
Florida, and I've ridden a motorcycle since I was a little kid. I started off with mini bikes, went up to the Harleys, and I was probably 25.
What was your
I got
first
my
bike, man?
First
Everybody-
bike was 48 Panhead.
For real?
Yeah, with a jockey shift. I had to ride it home from Tampa. Never rode a jockey. Rush hour traffic.
All right. Now explain
So-
for the new schoolers. Now explain what that is.
Well, 48 Panhead. This is the first year for a Panhead.
Okay.
Springer front end. It was I had a 74-inch because
My
I
buddy,
struck
my
it.
buddy One Ball Mike right now is he's slobbering at
I
the
don't even
mouth.
want to ask how he got that
Well,
name.
it's a story in itself. But he loves the panheads. That's all he talks about back when
Yeah.
we get on the subject of old Harley.
I'm a Panhead freak, and a couple of years of shovels were generators,
Yeah.
and they're pretty good. But the new bikes, I'm not a hater. I like the Jap bikes that go 400 miles an hour out of the
Sure.
factory, BMWs. To me, a motorcycle is something on two wheels, and I'm more of a motorcycle enthusiast.
Sure. And
I'm
that's
not
how
gonna-
I am. And I think that's Ronnie and all of us. That's what we
Yeah,
talk about. We're
Ronnie
bikers, we're
Gillette,
bikers.
he's the same way. He's
Yeah.
a true biker. He's
Yes.
been riding since we were kids, you know.
Yeah.
Ronnie's a great guy. I guess we're gonna go into his show a little bit later.
We're doing his show right now. We're
Oh,
listening. You see that
oh.
Born to Ride Love? This is Born
I
to
gotta
Ride
stop
Radio,
day
baby.
drinking, man.
Yeah, you got to get off that stuff, buddy.
Well, I cleaned up. I'm a military veteran. You want to go into some history first?
Yes, I would love to. I mean, people want to get to know you.
All right. Well, most
We're
people
pulling
in
out
this
the big guns. Might as well get to know you.
well, people in this county pretty much know me, especially the sheriff's department. They know me very well.
Yeah.
But I got caught with marijuana at Clearwater High School back in 1974.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, that's been probably
Just a minute.
Yeah, I still had a brown beard then.
Yeah, right. We all
And my
did.
hair was to my
Hey,
butt.
We all did. Yeah, we all did.
And now I get my hair cut at. I'm not going to give the barber's name, but
There
he
you
does
go.
a fine job. We're not doing any
Had to pay
product
him
placement
extra.
tonight.
Had to pay him extra.
Yeah, he wants to buy some commercial time. We'll call Tim the barber.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I got in trouble, and the judge, I believe it was Judge Claire Luden,
Okay.
Pinellas County Circuit Court judge.
Right.
She said, "Look, you can go to jail, or you can go to the Army." So
Look at the hat.
yeah, the hat says it all.
He's got the hat to prove
And there's
it,
not a
baby.
lot of women that you could spend time with in prison.
Right.
So
True.
the Army, I stood a chance with some wax.
There you
Women's
go.
Army Corps for you
There
people.
you
that
go.
Don't know about
Women's
the
Army
military.
Corps. That's some
Yeah.
wax.
So,
like
you know, I went in, and it was the end of Vietnam. So I dealt with a lot of Vietnam vets coming back. And I was stationed I was in Germany for about 8 months, and they were doing the R&R from Vietnam. So I got to know a lot of good veterans. And my neighborhood, you know, all the kids in my neighborhood, older than me, were getting drafted and getting
Sure.
killed.
Right.
So, you know, I knew what the war was about before I went in. I was lucky. I was very fortunate. I caught the tail end of Vietnam. So I spent some time in the Army, and then I went to work for a government contractor. We're going to leave that alone.
Right.
But I spent some time in there, and I was a ground pounder, 82nd Airborne, 1st Battalion, 7th Infantry. Third ID, Third Infantry Division.
Yep.
We're out of Wurzburg, Germany.
We love the vets, man. My dad put 12 in the Army and 12 in the Air Force.
Well, my dad did, his dad did,
E9.
and his dad did.
There you go.
So we're 82nd, All-American. My dad was 101st, so we butt heads on that.
Yeah.
But, I did my military time, and I got hurt rappelling. And when I came home, I rappelling and a couple other injuries we won't get into. But when I came home, the VA, the best thing to do, Bay Pines was just one little wing.
Sure.
It was small.
Right.
And there's 2,000 vets out there fist fighting over the line. You
Right.
break in line, you're getting a karate chop.
Right.
So I dealt with all that. They put me on the pain pills for my injuries, psych drugs to keep my mouth shut, but that didn't work too well.
And that seems to be that seemed to be what
Status
the
quo.
was.
Yeah, that was how it was. Drug them up, they won't bother us.
Wow.
And they give me a check every month
Right.
to keep me from going out in the community and being a total ass. I'm pretty sure you can say that on TV
Yeah,
now.
you're good.
No F-bombs for Rob.
Yeah, that's right.
Ronnie already punished me on that.
Yeah, he does that. He's watching.
Oh, I'm sure he is watching it there. I love you, Ronnie.
Him and Debbie, they're watching.
And I love Debbie.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah, if Ronnie wasn't on there, I'd love Debbie more.
I don't blame you.
But Debbie is a great girl, and they got two beautiful children. Have you met their children?
And we've watched. Listen, I've been with Ronnie now for probably 12 years.
Oh, great. So you know him.
Hosting the and Ronnie and I were having this conversation the other day, watching Bruiser cruise around on his scooter, having M chase him around with a baseball bat because
And he
done
can
something
play baseball.
That
kid can play baseball.
Yeah, he's the man. And
Yeah.
now look at him. I mean, graduating college, getting driver's licenses.
Yep.
It's out of control.
And my grandchildren, I raised them. I adopted my grandchildren, raised them, and they're Ronnie's children's age.
Yeah.
So it was, they came up to, my kids are educated.
Yeah.
My grandson's going to college. My granddaughter's an A student. She's going to college.
Yeah.
But what I did was the money I received, I educated my children.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing worse than a dumb kid. They will
truth.
eat out of your refrigerator until they die.
Yeah.
So I educated them so they could get a job and let Grandpa live in the garage in a nice apartment.
There
maybe.
you go.
So that's a little bit of my military. We're not going to get into a lot of military. I'm going to stay alive, so I'm not going to repeat a lot of stuff I know.
Don't blame you there.
But I've been riding a motorcycle since I was a little kid. My
Yeah.
dad got me a Benelli motorcycle when I was probably 8 years old,
Yeah.
and I chopped that. My
Yeah.
uncle was a Hell's Angel, so he chopped it for me.
Right.
And then I went into dirt bikes, street bikes,
Yeah.
and then I got to Panhead.
Yeah.
And I've rode my whole life. Well, I never wanted to be in a motorcycle club. And I was usually a lone rider. But I saw an opportunity to make a couple bucks, and a few of my friends were in this 1% club.
Right.
And I joined the club, and a lot of my friends were like, "What the heck are you doing, man? That's not you. You don't do that."
Right.
I go, well, give me 5 years.
Yeah.
And I brought a lot of money to the club.
Right.
I had good concerts playing. You didn't have to sell drugs when we can have concerts and draw 3,000 people at $20.
There you go.
You don't need to be selling drugs.
There you go.
And
Easy peasy.
and then I brought Discovery Channel to them. They wrote them a $30,000 check right off the start.
That's even nicer.
And then they had many promises. But to 1%, let me tell America what the deal 1% is.
Yeah.
Back
Educate us.
back in the 50s, American Motorcycle Association, AMA, they were on the news or made a statement that the Hells Angels were sneaking up California having a good time, and the cops were freaking out. They were
Right.
taking over towns
Right.
because they're actually ex-Air Force fighter squadron Hells Angels. I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's where they came from.
No kidding.
And the Warlocks came from a naval, the Shangri-La. So a lot of these clubs originated in Vietnam, and when they came home, they were high on shooting 50 calibers and stuff.
Right.
So what are they going to do? They're not going to work at 7-Eleven.
Right.
They don't cut their hair. They drink. They eat the pills the VA gives you.
Right.
So it's just not going to happen. So anyway, getting back to the motorcycle thing, I brought Discovery. We did a show called Warlock Rising. It was a major success, but when you have thousands of bikers and you're trying to organize this,
Right.
it's like herding cats.
Herding cats. That's a phrase
It's
I
hard.
use quite frequently with my grandkids.
Even
Like
if you
herding
throw
cats.
money at them, it's hard.
Right.
Oh, look at your grandkids. You bring them to Walmart, give them money. You're not in control anymore.
That's it. That's it.
It's just bad. And but I got to go to Hollywood, and I got to meet a bunch of influential people: Simon Andre, Cameron Casey, Stuart Knopfer. I mean, I can drop names forever, but
Yeah.
it's not getting me paid tonight.
Yeah, right. We'll keep them silent tonight then.
But it came in handy for me.
Sure.
You know, I tried to treat them like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of them, Simon's a multimillionaire. He's the big wig in Hollywood.
Right.
But I sent him out of here with a vest and rings on. He looked like a 1% biker when he went home
There
to
you
his
go.
wife.
There you
So he
go.
had a great time. And I introduced him to Ronnie. Well, Ronnie actually got connections to where he did the movie Nation's Fire.
Right. And hey, listen, we've got an interview with Krista Gotti. We're going to talk to her in a little bit.
Oh, Chuck Liddell's on there too.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Liddell's badass.
We got the actually. I believe Krista's gonna stop by the show next week.
Well, that's good, man.
There
I
you
like
go.
to see him.
We're looking forward to that.
But and then he did some. He went to Paramount. You familiar with his Paramount work? He did Wife Swap.
Yes.
Well, those two, the new seasons are out, so
Are they?
it should be out
Need to check
this week or
check.
next
Is that
couple
Netflix
weeks.
or Hulu? What's that? Where is that?
No, it's man,
to
you
check.
caught me off
We'll
guard.
have to check our local
I didn't
listing.
study that,
That's all
or
right.
I'm a day drinker, so I
I'm
might
with
have
you, buddy.
forgot it.
I'm with you.
But the biker stuff, I've been a biker my whole life. Oh, back to the MMA.
Yes.
Or AMA, American
Yes,
Motorcycle
that one.
Association. They broadcasted that, hey, 99% of motorcycle riders are good people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the 1% adapted.
I see.
We were the 1% that probably weren't nice.
Right.
You know,
Didn't conform.
didn't conform. I'm not a conformist.
There you go.
Unless if you're writing me a bunch of checks, I'll conform, baby.
Conform all day.
I'm like a chameleon, man. If
There
you're
you
writing
go.
me checks, I'll do whatever you want.
That's
I won't
all.
do Brokeback Mountain,
Yeah, none of that.
but there's some stuff I'll do that's kind of stupid. I don't mind making fun of myself or you.
Listen,
I'm
what
an expert at
that's
that.
half of being a biker right there, is being able to do that.
But Ronnie and I have been together for years, man. He helped my wrestling career. I mean, tremendous. He got me booked in jobs I should never get booked in because I was a jerk in the dressing room, and there was more fights in there
Right.
than there was in the ring.
Right.
But I went to Malenko. The great Malenko trained me.
Did you really?
Yes, I'm one of the great Malenko
No
trainees.
way.
So
Ronnie and I have had many conversations about that. about the
Boris,
wrestling.
his name was Larry. Larry was a great guy, and both of his sons,
Right.
Dean Malenko and Joe Malenko.
Right.
Well, Joe Malenko was a pancrase champion. They call that UFC now.
Right.
But back with Rampage Jackson in the old days
Right.
was pancrase.
Back
Well,
at
Joe's just all around tough guy.
back at the armory and whatnot.
Yes, I
Yeah.
fought. Actually, I have Gordon Soley's bell at my house.
Do you really?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to next time you come, you got to bring that. With
I got Macho Man Slim Jim outfit. I got Hogan's boots. I collect
Wow.
memorabilia, so I got everything, man.
No kidding.
Oh,
Hey, you got to
yeah.
bring some of that with you next time.
Well, you look, I'm getting up in age, and my kids, they could care less about my lifestyle.
Right.
As long as I give them money and cars.
right.
They don't really care.
Like they're interested, huh?
Yeah, they don't care where I got the money. They just want a new car and some nice clothes. They wear blue jeans. My dad would have whipped me and threw them away.
Right.
I paid $150 for these blue jeans.
Don't tell him.
It's out of control nowadays.
It is.
I'm pretty sure I can say a couple dirty words, but America's going to hell in a handbag.
In a hand basket, buddy.
I was, you know what? They had like dyslexic.
All right.
I was dyslexic when I was a kid.
Right.
And people ask me, well, how did you get cured? I go, with my dad's belt.
Right.
Not with Ritalin and Androl. That
Mm-hmm.
if you look up Ritalin and I believe it's Adderall,
Adderall.
it's the same compound as crystal meth. Crank.
Really?
Yeah, it's just there's a couple different compounds that have been mixed around.
Right.
But if you study the chart, it's meth.
It's the same stuff.
Yeah, well, whenever you give a hyper kid meth, it calms down.
Right.
If you give him Quaaludes, he's out of control, jumping off the walls.
There you
Which
go.
maybe in another episode we'll go into the Crown Lounge Quaalude days.
There you go.
To where
There
you
go.
can pick up women out of your range. Real quick, man.
Or
If
at
you
least
got,
think you did.
oh yeah, well yeah, it doesn't really matter when you
Or
wake
at least
up.
think you did.
As long as you're, I mean, I've woke up at the restaurant with their car and stuff. I don't know how I got
What
there.
happened there?
It was the 70s, man.
Right.
Sex, drugs, and rock and
Rock
roll.
and
These new
roll.
people didn't invent that.
Yeah.
That's ours from the 70s.
That's it. I got
And that's what it was. You'd go to a nightclub like Crown Lounge, and I was meeting celebrities, Joan Jett,
Hang on a minute.
Pat Travers.
The Crown Lounge, people.
Oh, yeah.
Crown Lounge. You can say they remember that.
Well, if they went in there, they know Big Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was the head bouncer
There
and
you
I
go.
trained bouncers. And we had rock and roll. Like I was saying, Pat Travers, Dr. Hook. We had big bands coming in
Did you ever
there.
get to tour with any of those guys?
Yes, I toured with Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show,
No.
Artemis Pyle.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, man! I should have brought it tonight. I've got Dr. Hook Ray.
Right.
I've got the tour jacket from 1978.
Oh,
I've got his cane, and I've got his platinum album
Next time
for.
you come, you got to bring some of this. You got to bring some of this memorabilia.
I will.
We'll
I'll be
trip
more
down
than
memory
happy
lane.
to.
We love doing that.
But the main reason I came tonight was my brother Ronnie runs Born to Ride,
Yes.
which I'm sure everybody's affiliated with that or
Since
knows
we're
about.
since
We're on it
Born
right
to Ride
now.
Radio. I got the hat to prove it, baby. Right.
But Ron's been getting a bad rap. There's there's always politics in the magazine and TV world
in everything.
and everything. You're correct. You're right.
In everything.
But I'm here to tell you, I've known Ronnie 30 years. He's the most straight going person. If anybody has something bad to say about him, let me know and I'll argue with you because I'm a total jerk. And Ronnie and I are best friends for years.
Yeah.
He's just his whole family. He's just a great guy.
Yep.
And somebody to start off with a Mr. Microphone and a Polaroid and come to where he's at now. I mean, look at his graphic arts.
yeah.
His TV show, his circulation.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
20, what is it? 25 years he's about to celebrate with Born to Ride.
1,300 episodes.
Yeah.
When I brought him to California, they didn't believe it. Nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, longest running
And he sells
motorcycle,
him
TV
and
show.
Craven sold ads.
Yeah.
They produced, they directed.
Yep.
Ronnie does everything. He's a genius.
The thing I love about Ronnie is Ronnie's creative mind. I can come to Ronnie. Well, this whole radio show started, and I don't know if you know this. I was doing a show because I was in radio and I got out for a while, and I wanted.
Well, you were with what, 105?
I was with Q105.
Q105.
Geez, almost 30-something years.
Wow.
But I was on and off. I'd taken a couple of breaks, and I had to do some sort of radio because it's just like being a biker.
in your blood.
It's in my blood. And I came to Ronnie, and I actually went across the street first. They wanted me to pay them to do this show.
Put you over.
And I went to Ronnie, and Ronnie, I shared the vision with Ronnie, and Ronnie, and you know how he gets where he wants to testify. He wants to testify.
Yeah.
He said, Flash, listen, I've got this trailer out in the back. We'll get it wrapped. We'll do this. And he gave me that trailer. He
Wow.
said, take it, go outfit it with whatever you need to do. And we launched what was called the Rock and Road Show at that time. And it was me and another biker buddy of mine, Billy Ray, another karaoke does, my boy. And we launched this thing, but the technology hadn't caught up yet. The ways of the internet and the fast internet speeds. So it was a little bit slow to get started. But then I got back on the air, and it became a conflict of interest. So I had to unfortunately drop. But Ronnie and I've after they saw what we were doing across the street, then they wanted to talk to me, and they've approached me several times, and I respectfully declined it because even if I wasn't doing anything, I wouldn't do it because of my loyalty to Ronnie. Ronnie helped me out when I needed it, so I've always reciprocated that back to Ronnie.
I'm the
And
same
people
way,
can
brother.
say what they want to say, but that's just the way it is, man.
Yep. Ronnie's down to earth.
Yeah.
He's never steered me wrong. Actually, I wouldn't have the career I have probably without Ronnie Galletti.
Yeah. A lot of
he's
us can
he's
say
a
that, man.
superstar. He's a media superstar.
Yes, he is, and he knows how to make things happen.
But what happens is, maybe in your business too, advertisers will want him to go somewhere that he won't go.
Right.
And Ronnie's got scruples. He's a good person. He's not going to go to taint his radio
Right.
or his image.
Right.
His image is everything to him.
Right.
And
that was
look at the
another
community.
big thing with me is, listen, this is the internet. We could curse all day if we wanted to, but I just don't choose to do
Well,
it.
you're educated.
Yeah. Exactly.
My dad told me
don't need to do it.
foul language is a sign of non-education.
There you go. So only on
I can cuss though.
Hey,
I mean,
listen, only on the so can I, but
give
only
me
on those day
give me around
drinking
a bunch
days.
of cussers, I'll cuss. But if I'm at the governor's table, I'm not cursing.
Man. Well, brother, it's so great to have you here. Let's take a quick break. We got a chance to get out. Of course, Gibtown Bike Fest is the big one of the big shows here in the Tampa Bay area every week or every year.
Are they still going on with the virus?
God, well, it has come and gone. But
Wow.
while that was in January, so
Okay.
when that came through, there was an international band. They were called Picture Books, and they're a great couple of guys. They've got a great band. They do some great rock and roll music, and they love Harleys. So Harley actually got them, and they presented these guys. And we got a little clip from that. We'll take a quick break, and you and I
great.
will be right back.
See you soon.
Stay right here.
What's up? I'm Finn, and this is Philip from the Picture Books, and you're watching Born to Ride. We don't ride motorcycles, we ride Harley Davidson. And I guess this is something that a lot of people think that way. Nobody, if you ride a Harley, you tell somebody, I ride a Harley. You don't tell them I ride a motorcycle. That's how much a Harley gives you a feeling. You know, it's crazy. It's so crazy how much everything changes as soon as you have a Harley. Hey, I'm Finn. I'm the singer and guitarist of the Picture Books.
Hey, I'm Philip. I'm the drummer of the Picture Books.
Philip and I met in the local skate park of our really small hometown. There's nothing going on in this town. There's no scene, no nothing. So when Philip came in wearing a Black Flag shirt and I was wearing a Roxy Music shirt back then, we immediately clicked and realized we're into the same stuff, motorcycles, music, and just skateboarding. We fell in love with that whole vibe, you know, of riding a two-wheeled motorized vehicle. You know, it was the coolest thing ever. I guess it's really hard to describe the feeling when you sit on a Harley and you actually ride it. I don't think there's a word for it. I think it's a feeling that you can't put in words.
You can't really put in words, but it's something you can feel and you can let yourself go, actually. You can just be one with your machine and just go. Endless.
I guess we realized real fast that you can't imitate a Harley Davidson with something that is not Harley Davidson. So we went through a bunch of bikes that were cool and a lot of fun, but knew real fast that we need a Harley. The funny thing is, I can't weld. Philip, you can't weld either. Like, we can't weld. We can't really actually build something from scratch. It's the same with music. We're not professional musicians. We just know what we want and we know what we don't want. And then we'll try to find a way to get there. And it was the same thing with bikes. We just love bikes, man. We just love bikes. I mean, at that point, Philip and I basically never ridden a new bike. And so I remember riding a Street Glide for the first time, and Philip had a Road King, and we just completely fell in love with it. And can't imagine riding anything else from now on, to be honest. Also, the thing with us is we don't really consider ourselves a band. We're just best friends that use music as a tool to express whatever's going on in our hearts. Well, all the away from Germany and doing a tour right now all across the States, and we're here at Born to Ride Chopperama having a good time. Yeah, we're born and raised in Germany. It's a small town, nothing going on there, but I guess it was a good thing being from there because that's what got us out of there, you know, like that was the whole drive. We need to find something that gets us out of here, and music was the thing that made that happen, and now we're playing 200 shows a year all across the world, and we're really happy to call America a second home right now, and love being here, and yeah, just can't wait to just keep coming back here, you know, we just love it. We're skateboarders that like to ride and build motorcycles, okay? So the way we approach music is, I think, a little different than a professional musician would do. We try not to follow genre or anything like this, right? This is stuff that comes from our heart, and we'll try to express whatever's going on in there, and whatever comes out, comes out. And I guess when people out here, when we tour here at the gas stations, people come to you like, y'all in a band or something? What kind of music y'all do? And so what can you do? You can't give them the whole speech of blah, 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 and we do this and that. So I guess the short answer is a heavy blues rock, but we try to have a different approach to all of that, and try to keep it simple, keep it tribal. Keep it tribal. and more. Man, you know how it is nowadays. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that shit will be easy to find there. And other than that, thepicturebooks.com, that'll lead you to anything picture books wise. And we're also on tour with Steve Harris from Iron Maiden with his band called British Lion right now, which is a lot of fun. And we'll be heading out to Europe after this. And then we'll be coming back to the States in April and May. We'll be doing an arena tour with Volbeat and Clutch. What's up? I'm Finn, and this is Philip from the Picture Books, and you're watching Born to Ride. Yeehaw!
Born to Ride Magazine, the #1 biker magazine that delivers dynamic content for you, the reader, every month, has done it again. Stronger than ever, powered by Rubenstein Law. See the April 2020 issue online and on the streets, featuring Vigilante Motorworks on the cover with Crystal Maiden. John Bonner is a fabricator builder featured from Chopperama. And Eric Runyon nails the cover shot. Appalachian Backroads, Virginia is for motorcycle lovers. Learn about a ride that has 3 mountains, 438 curves, and 32 miles. Nefarious James, real deal, loyal to the bone. Check out his new column, Unspoken Responsibility. And get ready for Tattoo Portrait Photo Series from Nick Ermine. Unbelievable, like never before seen tattoo artwork, photography that Born to Ride delivers for you, the reader. Bam! Bam! Plus more content, more dynamic images, 8 pages of Bike Week 2020. And did you see Miss Liberty? The Rubenstein Law cartel bagger build that was everywhere at Bike Week. And time for an industry report. The Phenom, Tiny Trailer Nation. Randy Klaus delivers the goods you need to know to get your tiny trailer for 1/3 of the price of a toy hauler. So read it, watch it, ride it, plus so much more. Born to Ride, April 2020 issue on the streets and online now. For you, the reader.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1, get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer on average got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
So, you're on this thing, right? And it's just you and the road and the wind and the trees, and it fills you up. You're flying, but centered. Lost, but found. Every part of your body's engaged, every part of your mind is activated, synapses firing, dopamine oozing. It's chemical. You get off and you feel reborn. A god. Your spine is tingling, your core is vibrating, and that growl hums in your belly for the rest of the day. Because a great ride stays with you. It just lingers in your muscles, in your bones, and settles into your consciousness and seeps into the creases of your soul. Every hour is magic hour when you're on a Harley. But the magic isn't about what the bike can do. It's about what the bike can do to
Need we say more? Only at Crystal Harley-Davidson, Homosassa, Florida.
Born to Ride Radio. It is I, the Flash Man, and my boy It's Flash and Slob tonight.
Oh, yeah, that even sounds good.
That
sounds good.
I like that. It's got a little ring to it, right?
You might
there,
have to
buddy.
start some side business.
I'm telling you right now.
Slash and Slop Show.
So we were talking before the segment there, and we were talking about everything that you'd gone through, and of course, getting out of Nam and everything. You kind of got addicted, like so many people did, to those crazy opiates and things that they prescribed you, and then suddenly. You cleaned up. That was a pretty cool story you were telling me prior to. Now, how did that happen?
Well, actually, I didn't. My brother got out of prison.
Okay.
He's not my blood brother, but my best friend.
Right.
And he saw that I was a mess, but I was still making a lot of money.
Right.
I was a functional drug addict.
Right.
And he goes, Rob, you got to stop this, man. Your grandkids are going to find you dead, and what kind of legacy do you want to leave in this world? And it just hit a spot on me,
That's
Flash.
one of those things that catches a nerve.
It did. It's like a sledgehammer. Bam.
Yeah.
I go, well, look, I still got some more drugs. And it was Thursday. I'll go Monday.
Right.
Well, my brother Chops and my other friends are gigantic beast.
Right.
And they go, no, you're going tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, conscious or unconscious.
Or not.
We don't care.
All right.
So I ended up in South America, and the shamans are down there.
Right.
And not all shamans are good. You need to research it or contact me through my webpage at American Facts News, and I'll educate you.
What's that again?
It's AmericanFactsNews.com.
Okay.
We're on the tube and all kinds of on social
American Facts
media.
News, we'll put that down.
But I went over, and the first day I was feeling kind of creepy.
Right.
And they gave me the Ibo. It's called Ibogaine.
Right.
Well,
What
we
is
called it Iboga there.
Okay. Well, what is it?
It's a root bark that goes back centuries in the Batwiti tribe.
Really?
And it's a rite of manhood for them.
Gotcha.
But you travel, it's not like mushrooms or LSD. It's a good trip that you really don't want to come home. You're having a good time.
Gotcha.
So you have what's called a guide that spiritually travels you where you're supposed to go, so you don't end up in a topless bar.
Right.
And so I actually went and saw my first girlfriend that I was in love with, and I could smell her perfume, the Prel. I mean, that's how intense this is.
No kidding.
Oh, I'm up in the space looking down at Earth and zooming down to South Georgia to my girl's house.
Wow.
And then it took me through the other parts of where I screwed my life up.
Gotcha.
To where I could understand. That's why this drug, it's not a drug. It's actually an herb. It's a bark from a plant.
Okay.
And it's in the Nile. So it's great for post-traumatic stress.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get in a car wreck with your girlfriend and she gets killed, it's good for that. And so is ecstasy. That was the real start of ecstasy.
Right.
It's not to go in a rave with glow sticks.
Right.
It's to lean
It's
against a
not
tree.
Wow. Boy, I learned something new today.
Yeah, well, I learned that a little too late too
Yeah,
myself
right.
there,
Yeah,
Flash.
we learned that one too late.
I was flashing. Woo. But so I ate the Iboga,
Mm-hmm.
and about 72 hours later, I woke up, and I'm thinking, I got to do some opiates, or I'm not going to feel good, and this is going to be an unfriendly situation I'm in.
Right.
Because I'm kind of a big guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not real polite when I don't feel
I didn't
good.
realize how big he was till he stood up next to me, and I went, "Yeah, I'm gonna go stand over."
But
here.
if you don't feel good, you're kind of an ass.
Right.
You can say that on TV, I'm
You
sure.
can.
Okay. They say it on Roseanne and all the
That's
other
right.
shows.
Yeah.
George Carlin's list
Yeah.
is out the window on network
Hey, out the
TV.
window on this one.
I was telling you, your guys, Flash.
Yeah.
When I was a child, the Petries slept in separate beds.
You're right.
Now they talk about sex that I turn off. I don't want my kids hearing.
Because it comes on at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, it's prime time,
No, it's the prime time slot
buffoonery. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
But that's what's the matter with our country. Our values have dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And the home unit, nobody eats dinner at the same time.
Yeah.
And that really matters. It might sound stupid, but to have your family at the table to discuss what's going on in your life, take a bath and get the little black dots off your neck and wash your hands and get to the table.
That's it.
I wasn't
20
raised by
seconds.
wolves. I was raised by good people.
There you go.
I have manners. There's just a certain place to use them.
Do you know what proper spoon etiquette is? And
I
all that
sure
stuff?
do,
Do
man.
you for real?
I know a cold plate. I know what fork is a salad fork.
Man, for real?
And I know what the water glass is. I ate at the governor's mansion. My mom was a model. And I actually modeled clothes for J.C. Penney's when I was a child.
Get out of here.
Oh, wait, I walked around lakes with ducks and swans and stuff. So
Look
I
at
had
my
an
boy
early
Slob. He
start.
wasn't always like this, people.
Yeah. What happened was I grew up in a family. My dad was a cop
Right.
and my mom was a model.
Right.
Well, they taught me etiquette, family values.
Sure.
And then when my brothers and I became teenagers, that was out the window because we had a car to where we could go to bad neighborhoods and pick up girls that had alcoholic parents that didn't care if they came home.
There you go.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but that's what happened.
Hey, listen,
we
it
called
is-
them dirty
we
butts. They
say
sat
it
on the
is
sewer
what
and
it
combed
is.
their hair.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So this show might get out of control tonight, but I got
listen,
Flash to
That's all right.
tighten
Listen,
me up.
Listen, we're in quarantine, so we need entertainment.
Oh, you got it now, man.
That's
It's hard to shut me up. Where were we at, Flash? I was running on.
We had come back. We were we had ate a root, and we woke up 72
Okay.
hours later, and we had a clear mind.
Had a clear mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed there a while, and then the shaman set me down at the table, and he said, Rob, he goes, you have an aura to where people are attracted to you. When you first came here, people were, surrounding you and listening to you and stuff. He goes, you need to use that to promote wellness for the stuff, the bad you've done. You can reverse that karma, that energy,
Right.
and to good. And I did. And I've always been a Christian.
Yeah.
But my Christian values enhanced a lot because I started reading.
Right.
And I knew I was doing the wrong thing. And in order for me to heal, I need to put back in the community what I took away.
Right.
And that's what we're doing with the show we're doing. I'm going to speak on that in a couple seconds.
I love it.
But the Iboga, I came home, and it's like having a cold for like a week.
Okay.
And I can deal with a cold. There's nothing worse than kicking opiates. That's terrible. And if you go to rehab, you get out and you start using. You have to want to quit opiates or don't bother going to rehab. It's
Yeah,
a
you
waste
gotta-
of
you-
money.
You've actually got to be. You actually want to be helped.
Well,
Correct?
NA, I go to NA once a year on my year anniversary. I go
Yeah.
to get my keychain and
Yeah.
run my comedy routine with them.
Yeah.
But that works good for them, but it doesn't for me.
Right.
I know who my higher power is, and I have a great family and friend support. I
Love
grew
it.
up here.
And dude, that's important too.
It's very
It's so
important.
important.
And I don't want to let them down and be embarrassed. And my brother that got me clean, he ended up passing away about a year ago.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
So you know what? I was at ease with it because I was sat down and told he was here to do something and did it.
Yeah.
And now he's doing something else.
And he set you on the right path, man.
It did. And for his memory and out of embarrassment from me running my mouth about being clean,
Right.
I just got dental implants. I've had my eye socket replaced. My jaw's been rebuilt, reconstructed.
Right.
And I never took an opiate. I took a leave. So you really don't need
Dude,
them.
that's a lot. Honest to God, that
I
says
did
a
do a
lot.
couple shots of Crown Royal,
That's all right.
but that you can buy that at the store.
That's it.
And I'm not an alcoholic. I know it sounds funny. I'm Irish. Let's get into that, Flash, if you don't mind.
I don't.
My family came here in 1751. We
Okay.
settled in Manatee County.
Okay.
I've got the original. I should have brought it tonight. I've got the
Dude,
original
you got a
land
lot of
grant.
stuff you're gonna have to bring for the next show.
Oh,
I'm just
actually,
saying.
we need to bring the show to my house.
Well, listen,
it's,
I'm not afraid.
It's a
I'm
museum.
not afraid to do it.
I'm friends with Peter Max, so
Yeah.
I got some crazy artwork
Well,
at home.
we may actually have to do Born to Ride Radio next time at your place.
Oh, that'd be great because I got Peter Max original artwork. I got Gary Smith, Don Kabatsky.
Yeah.
I've got some beautiful
I mean, my
artwork.
cameras are pretty big, but I can probably pack them up in a suitcase and bring them.
I'll
on
lose a
over.
couple pounds. You'll
Yeah.
get. I'll be, just don't get a wide angle.
Yeah,
Get
that's
a
it,
narrow
that's it.
angle.
We'll get-
Where the
we'll-
hell was I? I
we'll
started
zoom
running
in.
off.
Anyway.
Oh, the iboga game.
Yeah.
So I woke up 72 hours. And I'm thinking I'm going to need a pill, or I'm not going to feel good, and these shamans aren't going to like me because I
Right.
already found a steak knife.
Right.
So I'm thinking, wow, man, I feel pretty good. I'm going to go for a ride in bicycle and go in the pool and stuff with these other crazy people that were with me.
Right.
And I never had a withdraw, not one, not one craving, and I'll be spotless clean, which I've taken blood tests at the VA to prove this, because a lot of people don't believe that I did it, because I was a nut.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still a nut, but I was a drug-induced nut by the
nut now.
pharmaceutical companies had me going, baby. But anyway, I'll be clean July 4th, which is cool, Independence Day.
I love it.
So there's going to be fireworks on my, every year I'm clean, there's fireworks.
Well, we might have to come out and cover that live at your place.
Oh, well, we got my friends at Puglisi's. They got a mansion out on the beach.
Right.
It looks like an apartment complex. They run top fuel cars,
Right.
250-mile-an-hour cars.
Right.
Nuts. But I can borrow their mansion. I live in a $300,000 house. It looks like a maid's quarters compared to this house.
Right.
But yeah, we can film out there on the beach and have a good time, have a little party, and celebrate. But 2 years, January
we'll put it
or
live on
July.
Border Ride Radio. So anyway, so you say your family came and you guys own Manatee County?
We own more than Manatee County. We had 107,000 acres.
Jeez.
That President Zachary Taylor, I've got the document. They gave it to my great-grandfather, which was a congressman.
Right.
He was actually a general and a congressman. They sent him to Florida to blow Spanish galleons out of the water that were stealing our sugar cane and raping the Seminole Indians and taking them for slaves.
Gotcha.
So my grandfather put some palmetto leaves, I guess, over some cannons and sunk like 5 galleons. So they go, well, Zachary's down there. We better pick on South Carolina or something.
All right.
So we kept them. We kind of saved Manatee and all the way down in the Glades, all the way up to Polk County we owned.
Wow.
They get 50-acre plots. We were to give them away
All right.
for settlers. You couldn't get anybody to live here. A mosquito-ridden state. I mean,
Right.
they kept convicts here.
Hot.
Cherokee, the
It's damn
Indians.
hot
was
here.
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
criminy.
But you know what? We didn't have air conditioning in Clearwater High School when I was there.
Well, and we survived it too.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. People are getting too used to these cell phones and air conditioning and cars that you don't have to shift. And
Who does that?
we used to pump our, we didn't pump our gas. They did for like 40 cents.
Oh yeah.
World's
40
changed a
cents
lot,
gallon. That
bro.
was expensive. My God.
But yeah, it kept me clean, and now I'm kind of an advocate where $200. Go on my webpage. I can clean up any opiate addict if they want. If there's,
If they
you know
want.
what?
That's the
NA says
important
it
thing.
best. If you're
If
sick
you
and
want.
tired of being sick and tired,
I've heard that.
you'll know when. Your brain will say, "I'm done."
Right.
I waited 60 years, but I had a good time, man.
And where can they get a hold of you?
It's AmericanFactsNews.com.
AmericanFactsNews.com.
You can
folks.
Google Slob Rob. Don't believe everything you read. I'm not worth $7 million.
Right.
I'm a hundredaire, not a millionaire.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, all my nonsense is on the internet.
All right.
But
we'll go check that out. So, Rob, what do you ride these days? What do you? We're all bikers here. It is Born to Ride Radio, by the way. What are you riding these days?
well, I rode a 48 Panhead for years.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 years probably.
Right.
And then I joined the motorcycle club.
Right.
And I was running up to New York, South Carolina, Minnesota. And a Panhead's just not made
Yeah,
for
not
that.
comfortable. Not
And I was
comfortable.
in my 50s.
Right.
So I bought a Street Glide.
Beautiful bikes, man. I
Oh,
had my Matty. I'm sure missed that bike. That thing was the bomb.
It's like riding your living room.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell asleep
Got
a
you some
couple
bags
times.
and Got you some stereo action.
But I still got my gangster, I got an early shovel.
Yeah.
And it's got the upsweeps and the ape hangers and the solo seat.
We were
flat
talking
black.
a little bit. We were talking a little bit about how technology has kind of taken. And one of the other things, I don't know if you've seen this live wire that Harley has come out with, which is the electric bike.
I have.
But Debbie
Very impressed.
Galletti
Very impressed.
got a chance to get out and ride one over at Orlando Harley Davidson. And we want to check out her review on this. We'll take a quick break. Check out Debbie Galletti on the live wire demo.
We
over
got some
at-
eye candy.
That's it, baby. Some eye candy. Here you go.
Do not pass anyone. Do not pass your leader. Do not pass anybody else. Leave here in one position, come back in the same position. If a light would change on you, do not run the light.
All right, Deb, you're getting ready to ride the live wire. What are you thinking right now?
A little different. I'm trying to get acclimated. I want to just rev the throttle when I started it, but you don't do that. Trying to get used to no levers on the left, and you know, just a little bit of adjustment. But I hear it's fast, it's zippy, and we'll see what it's got. I'll be back on Born to Ride. Well, they definitely named it right. The Livewire Experience. It definitely is an experience of riding a motorcycle, a whole different experience. It's, the balance on it's incredible. The power is incredible. The power is almost too much. You ride up beside a car, you better be sure you don't want to be in their blind spot because you come up quick on the side of the cars. It's very, the throttle's quick. You have just your brake, your handbrake on the front, and you do have a foot brake, but you kind of want to use that handbrake because that way you know the throttle's off. So it's quick, it's zippy, it's an experience, it's fun.
That was phenomenal. Made me smile every time I grabbed a handful of, I would say gas, but it's not really gas anymore, is it?
Great bike, really quick. It's got a lot of power. It's almost instantaneous. It's anything like a normal bike is, and it's well above what I thought it was going to be.
It's exhilarating. It's very exhilarating. The acceleration on the thing is incredible.
Amazing. Light, easy to handle, beautiful.
Incredible. I'm feeling the future, you know, just like a Tron, the movie Tron. Incredible.
It's exciting. Handles really good. Good brakes. Man, the power is just unreal.
It's probably the best accelerating bike I've ridden, and I've ridden a bunch of bikes.
The speed. Don't tell me there's any faster bike than this. This is the fastest because you don't need to shift, you don't need to press the clutch, nothing. It shifts for you, it does everything for you, so it's fast, it's crazy.
It's awesome, awesome bike. I'm thinking seriously to buy one.
It moves quicker than anything else I've been on.
Get me in a lot of trouble, I'm sure, one day.
I was expecting it to feel a little bit heavier and lazy, and it was not. It felt very light, very fast, very stable. It was a very cool bike, very cool experience.
I could actually see out the rear view mirrors without the rear view mirrors vibrating, which was kind of interesting. So really cool experience. You hear the road. It's different when you ride the roads. Now you actually hear the road. The hum of the road's kind of cool too.
Got like instant delivery, so you know he has a lot of get up and go.
A lot of power, plenty of power, everything, brakes, everything. Awesome bike.
Fluid, very fluid, smooth.
I love the ergonomics of it. It's a very comfortable bike. Sitting position is just aggressive enough, but still comfortable.
It's a little bit of a different feel, but definitely a better feel.
It's more than I was expecting. Seriously, yeah. I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, a little bit more, absolutely. It exceeded my expectations for sure.
So on a 1 to 10, what do you give it?
Oh man, I'd give that thing a 9.
I'd say about a 9. So 9?
No, 10. It's impossible. 10.
I'd give it a 10.
10, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
Livewire Experience. I rode it, checked it out. Pretty cool. Orlando Harley-Davidson demo days. I think they're ready to hook everybody up. They're all walking inside now.
It's Born to Ride's the Safe at Home Bike Show. A 10-class bike show for you to easily enter. Best of all, it's absolutely free. Just enter your photos of your motorcycle with your name, make, and model to our direct message, Facebook, or Instagram. Best of show to be featured with a photo shoot by Eric Runyon for the cover of Born to Ride magazine. So be a part of the Born to Ride Safe at Home Bike Show.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride. Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
Hey, welcome back to Born to Ride TV.
That's it, baby. Born to Ride Radio TV. It's all multimedia.
Hey, I'm with a famous disc jockey, man.
Where'd
This
he-
guy isn't
where's-
some clown off the street.
Where's he at?
105. How many years were you, Flash?
Dude, listen, Q105, I was there for about 30-something years.
Man.
32, 33, something
That's
like
crazy. That's back when Russ Albums was still a DJ.
that. All those guys. Yeah, man.
Quad 102 and a half.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we go way back
Quad
in Tampa
102
Bay.
and a half. I
We're
love
the
that.
home of death metal here.
Listen, we're running a little bit later. You all right on time? I know
Hey,
you're
I got
busy.
nothing
I know
but
you're
time.
a busy man. You got things to do,
Yeah.
people to see, places to go.
Look, Ronnie asked me to come over here and do this, and it's an honor to work with you. And
Appreciate
anytime
that, man.
I can help Ronnie, I'll stay all night. I got my
Appreciate
sleeping
that.
bag in the parking
we
lot.
might just go all night because people need content. People
No
need
problem,
to know.
baby. Slob Rob got content.
Listen, my buddy Craig from Craig Paints Bikes is in the house. We're going to talk to him next
All right.
segment. He's got a famous country singer. I'm going to leave it at that. Got his gas tank that needed to be resealed. You know, we talk about getting the tanks resealed. You ever had water, get this ethanol in the gas?
Yeah.
Get water in the tank. If you don't ride, maybe you put one in the corner for a while.
Gas
and you don't
doesn't
ride.
last long enough in my bike.
Yeah, some people. Hey, listen, and I guess this happens more up north than it does down here because we can ride all year round.
Yes.
People put their bikes away and they got that ethanol gas in there. They don't realize that it turns to
All
water.
your
the
O-rings
tank
swell
rusts.
up. and it's a nightmare. It's like a boat.
Listen,
Same with a boat.
My boy Craig Paints Bikes, not just a clever name. I'm just telling you, the boy can paint some bikes, but he's a master at doing those reseals. And we're gonna.
Wow.
I got some pictures, some before and after stuff of this
Oh,
tank.
great.
We're gonna bring him in.
Well,
in the
I
next
met
segment.
Greg. He's a down to earth, regular guy.
So, you and Ron, of course, are best buddies for years and years and years. You guys are working on some pretty secrets. We don't want to let too much of the cat out of the bag because there's some bad people out there that might steal some ideas and whatnot. We don't want that. We know how that can be.
Yeah, they do. It's Hollywood
Uh-huh.
will steal your concept in a
But
second.
what can you tell us about what you guys got coming up?
Well, I did the Warlock show, which now that I've changed my lifestyle, I've changed how I operate, how I do business.
Right.
And I want to put back in the community. Well, I'm a vet. I'm a disabled vet, actually.
Okay.
And I go to Bay Pines, which is now called Bill Young Memorial.
All right.
And I've never had a bad day there. I don't care what you've heard about the VA. Maybe those guys were acting like fools or whatever.
My dad drew his last breath at the VA over in Tampa, man. James
At
A.
Haley?
Yeah. And
They've always treated me well.
Did him
and
too.
it doesn't cost a penny.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to Bayfront, I sit out there for 2 hours and about a bunch of snotty kids and stuff.
Right.
At least I'm with my Army friends and,
There you go.
Air Force and
Love it.
Marines, whatever.
Military, baby.
Yeah, military. So, you got conversation. It's just a great place. My doctor, Ernie Ball, he's been my doctor for 18 years.
Right.
So this social phone call stuff,
Social
we started
distancing.
that years ago.
By the way, we're practicing that here tonight. By the way.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Slobber across the room from
He's
each other.
over there.
Love it.
Yeah, and he sneezed while ago, so I got.
But I turned my head.
I
Though,
got a
Slob.
screen
I turned
set
my
up.
head. Yeah,
But
I'm
where
keeping
were
I'm
we
keeping-
at, man? I
listen,
get lost.
I'm keeping my droplets off you.
I remember I'm a day
we were
drinker.
talking about what you and Ron got in the pipeline there. We're keeping it a little secretive. We don't want to give out too much, but you guys got some cool stuff happening.
Right, I'll keep it on the down low, or Ronnie will get real mad, and I'll
He
get
does
phone
that.
calls by the time I get to
Right. It might even be
parking
before
lot.
that. He'll be texting me.
Yeah,
right
you're
here.
right.
Shut up.
Shut
Flash.
him up.
Jesus.
Well, Ronnie and I came up with a concept. It's a veteran base.
Right.
We're going to help veterans. We're going to get them the post-traumatic. A lot of veterans, like myself, didn't want to go to the VA because
Listen, I'm on
sometimes
board already.
they
Go
keep
ahead.
you there.
Yeah.
And I don't like to be kept someplace like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't like. I like the VA, but I don't want to stay there because you can't go out and do anything you want to do.
Right.
So we're helping veterans, and we're working with Sertona Youth Ranch children. We're going to get guys out of guys. They got a couple tattoos like I did when I was young and idiots and not going to school, and we're going to get them GEDs, teach them how to work on motorcycles. And
love it, man.
It's kind of hard to go any further in this show, but it's all a positive show.
Right.
I have nothing to be embarrassed about. Every day I go to work, it'll be to promote wellness, for my comrades, my brothers that are coming home without arms and legs.
Right.
And it's a veteran in America kills himself every day.
I know it.
So we're losing some veterans.
I know it.
And they're just afraid to go get help. But now you got a guy like me in an RV. I can get them in the RV and talk to my doctor that's cool.
Right.
That won't browbeat them and
Right.
give them medication they
Right.
don't need.
Right.
A lot of stuff is holistic
Right.
that I found over the years.
Yeah.
But, Ernie Ball's a great guy over at the VA, and I've got a lot of other connections at the VA. I wish I could go deeper into the show because
That's
it's
all
going
right,
to be
man.
a great show.
Listen, we're just giving you the tease because we will certainly unveil everything right here on Born to Ride Radio. Slob, let me tell you something, man. It has been an absolute pleasure having you in here.
It's been an honor.
And the door is always open, and you are welcome back here. And as a matter of fact, honest to God, if you're serious, we'll pack this stuff up and we'll bring it over, and we'll do a show
yeah.
at your place one of these days.
I got a
'Cause you
big
all
old
the-
house
that
with
way
a
you don't have to
swimming
bring
pool,
all that
man. We'll have a
memorabilia here.
blast.
You got all the memorabilia at your house. We can just run it through and trip down memory lane one of these days. Because like I say, all this social distancing and with everything going on, and folks, honest to God, stay home and be safe.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of things that you can do. We're trying to provide as much of the things here for you on social media that you can stand. And it might be just some great content.
We just need to all come together.
That's it, man. We'll get through it together.
Everybody stays home 14 days. It's done.
That's it.
But you know what? Give me 1 second more.
Yeah, listen.
All right, listen. I study a lot. Cross-contamination. I had a tattoo shop, piercing,
Right.
so I had to go to
Right.
school for that.
Okay.
And money, they don't mention this on mainstream media, but the virus will live on money up to 9 hours from what I understand. And even if it's not 9 hours, even if it's 10 minutes, the guy in front of you at Publix, Winn-Dixie, wherever you shop, gives a $5 bill, you buy some for 20 and get that 5 back. You're done.
Yeah.
And then you touch your eye.
Yeah.
You wear a mask, that's for health care.
Yeah.
If you wear a mask, you're pulling microorganisms in, and then you touch it and touch your face. Go and study. Don't listen to mainstream news. Go on the internet, YouTube. Find some scientists that are talking. There's a detective that does chemical and viral. He's a detective for the government, and he'll tell you the truth about this stuff. You can't believe everything you hear on TV. TV will kill you, except for Born to Ride TV.
That's right.
It makes you feel mo better.
That's Mo better, and not only that, of course, it's on the internet, so it can't be wrong.
Hey, I was out in the parking lot, man. I got to put one of my friends is one of the best airbrush artists in the world.
Yeah.
Gary Smith. I've
heard the name of
I
Gary
grew up
Smith.
with Gary, great guy, and Krabby Jake.
Yeah.
And the Puglisi race team, man. I told you I'd give you a shout out. and
Love it.
He was
Love
he was good enough to do that for me.
Hey,
but
man.
I'm gonna get out of here so these guys can do a normal show.
Yeah, right.
But I'm sure I'll be back, right?
Oh,
I didn't
you're
do it.
welcome
I
here.
didn't start any fires or
anytime.
anything.
We are here every Tuesday night or wherever we're doing the show. You're welcome.
Well, good.
The welcome mat is officially.
I might come in and do my big slap rob playing the hit you want to hear. Just dial those quest lines, folks.
We got all kinds of things in the works. We need to freaking bring the content. I'm gonna have you do a stand-up show maybe a little bit.
Oh, that'd be
next time.
great. We might want to do that later when the children are asleep.
Yeah, right. We'll do
because
that.
I am an
We'll do
insult
that.
comic.
We'll do that after Born to Ride TV on Sunday night.
That's
on
Born to Ride
38.
Double X. I got to talk to Ronnie about that.
Rob, we appreciate you coming by, brother.
Thank you so much,
Good
brother.
to have you.
I had
I don't
a
know if you
blast.
know, Krista Gauthier is going to be coming by the show next week.
Oh.
We got a chance to interview her, and it was at the Great American Motorcycle Show.
Wow.
Of course, Debbie Galletti, always the hardest working woman in show
yeah.
business, got the interview. Check this out.
Hey, this is Debbie with Born to Ride TV, and we are here on the red carpet at the Great American Motorcycle Show in Atlanta, Georgia. And with us right now is Krista Grotti, and Krista is no stranger to red carpet, Krista. You've been walking a lot of red carpet lately. Congratulations on the release of the movie Nation's Fire.
Well, thank you. I'm very excited about the release. I'm excited to be here. This has been an exciting event. So many people, so many warm and inviting people who are so looking forward to the movie. So I'm really excited about that. It's really cool. Yeah.
The movie was a big discussion of this event this year because it's a motorcycle themed movie, and we don't get those very often.
No, we don't. And it's a genre that we wanted to pick back up and focus on, because there's so much within the motorcycle community. We got so many veterans. There's a lot of heart. There's a lot of emotion, and it's just dealing with everyday life struggles. That's what we focus on in this movie, and a lot of powerful men and women, and that's kind of what the motorcycle community represents to me. And so we wanted to really put that out there with this movie, even though it is for everybody. But I think people will come to appreciate the motorcycle community so much more after watching this movie.
You really put forth a lot of effort on this movie. You did everywhere from acting to you're very instrumental in the production and everything.
Yeah, as an executive producer, there's so many variables that go into making a damn movie, and you can literally write a book about it. But I wanted to be really hands-on because, as myself being a part of the motorcycle community and having such a strong background, there are certain things that I wanted to portray and relay in this movie. And Thomas J. Churchill did a wonderful job in writing the screenplay and the script and the story. And with Ron Galletti, who is our creative producer, and you guys have been, just a driving force behind this production as well. So with all of us coming together, I think that that is what helped make it so successful, because we've sold out, you guys. We've sold out on Best Buy, Target, yes, and we're really excited about that because that is really cool. And now we're stocked on Walmart Supercenter shelves. So go to your local Walmart Supercenter and look for Nation's Fire. We made sure the DVDs are low cost, because nobody wants to put out that much money for, DVDs. You can get it on demand as well. But it's always nice to have that DVD in your collection. But as far as post, yes, I was really hands-on in that. It was such a learning opportunity for me too. I got more than $1 million worth of learning experience on helping to put this movie together and make it happen. And I want to talk about too, we had the most amazing soundtrack, working with the artists. We've got the Tommy Rocks Band. We've got Black Star Whiskey. Kelly Ryder, who's one of the actresses, she did a special song for the movie, Open Road. We got our big Unity Run song at the end that was specifically written for the movie by Wade Whiskey and Black Star Whiskey. And we got Elvis Monroe. I mean, it's Zedhead. I'm so excited about just the soundtrack. I listen to it in my car, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited about it. That's all.
I'm not going to be a spoiler alert, but Bruce Dern has a great part in this movie as well. He looked the camera in the eye and talked about the brotherhood of biking. And I'm not going to be a spoiler alert. I want you to watch it and see. But boy, I'm still getting goosebumps now just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, and Bruce Dern goes way back, and he started with the motorcycle culture in film, and it was very different back then. Like he said, we had a lot of acid and stuff in those movies, and a lot of shock value, and which was really cool because he was a part of that, with Roger Corman from the 1960s, and it was a huge. They had a huge following back then in motorcycle films, and that's why you don't see enough of it out there. And we wanted to do that. We wanted to give back to the community, and being with you and Ronnie and God, you guys, we've been talking about this for 10 years now, and to know that we finally made it happen, and now we can walk into Walmart and say, look what we did, you guys. Look what we did. Here we are. It's amazing.
Keeping that message alive about this great biker community.
It is, and I'm just so grateful that we were all able to come together and do this. But I'm also more grateful to the community because they've been so receptive. Everybody's been so receptive about it, and so thankful that we've made this movie. I mean, and look at our bracelets from the Bracelet Man who came in today, and he came in with our custom bracelets, and he made one for the cast and everybody, and he's I just think this is the coolest thing ever. These are the type of people that the biking community is all about. And that's why we love them. And that's why we gave our lives to make this damn movie and bring that back to you guys. So
that's right. You did it. And Krista, we've always been impressed about anything you set your mind to. Girl, you go get it and you get it done. I can feel your energy right now, too.
I can feel it, too. I got goosebumps because I'm really excited. I'm excited we got it done. We did this. Thousands of people worked on it. And there's, like I said, so many variables that go into making a movie, from post-production to deliverables to all the technical requirements to get distribution, just to get it on iTunes. You know, you have to. There's so much that you have to go through to make sure that it's properly done. You know, so I'm really thankful that we did this, and now it's going to be on to the next. Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. What a great release party to have here at the Great American Motorcycle Show. The Great American Motorcycle Show, the Great American movie Nation's Fire was released today, and Krista, they're lining up at the booth waiting to talk to you, so we got to get you back. Krista, just give our viewers a little more information. What are some of the media platforms that are being used to promote the movie? Where can they find it? Information, so forth.
So you can follow us on Instagram at Nation's Fire Official Movie. We've got the website, nationsfireofficialmovie.com, and they can all cable, video on demand. So from Spectrum to Frontier to any on demand, the movie is available for rent or purchase under the list of action movies, and as well as it will be on shelves, like I said, at Walmart Supercenter. You can order it online at Best Buy, at Target, Barnes & Noble. Just Google Nation's Fire DVD and you can find it there.
All right, a great lineup of casts, great lineup of stars. You'll really enjoy this movie. Check it out, like Krista said. Thanks for tuning in at Born to Ride. We'll see you next time at the Great American Motorcycle Show.
Born to Ride TV Radio live every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. with Dave Flash Morgan, special guest, and Born to Ride TV content. At Facebook, Born to Ride TV Magazine. Read it, watch it, ride it.
Hey guys, this is Deputy LaCage with the Volusia Sheriff's Office. I want to welcome you to Daytona Bike Week 2020. One of the things I'd like to see is all the people here. We're glad that you all come, and I just want to make sure that you understand, please don't drink and drive and ride safe.
All right, we are back as Born to Ride Radio, ladies and gentlemen, and my boy's in the house. I need to turn that light down. Look at the glow on that boy's head right there. Did you polish that down there at the Craig Paints Bike Shop? Craig Paints Bikes, not just a clever name, ladies and gentlemen. He is the man. If you need any of your customization going on to your bike, just take it apart for him and bring it. He doesn't take it apart for you. But we got people. We got people for that. How you doing over there, buddy?
Oh, we're doing great this week.
Is it good to get you out of the house for just a little while?
Yeah, it's really good.
We're practicing. By the way, folks,
do something other than work.
Here at the Born to Ride Radio Show, we are certainly practicing all of the CDC guidelines. We are all the way across the room. We've got about 50 feet between us.
That's right.
Talking to that mic there, son. You were the one back there in the back room complaining that you couldn't hear. Now you're talking low.
Now we're talking.
That's my boy right there. So anyway, as you can see, he has a gas tank right there in front of him from a national renowned country music star, Debbie Galletti. I hope Debbie Galletti's watching. Biggest country music fan on the planet right there. She hates country. But show us who this is from there, pal.
This here was...
Don't say it. Just show it. Reveal it. Can you see that? Yeah, that's right. That's Travis Tritt's motorcycle tank right there. What is that off of?
That's off of a 90s
Don't be afraid of talking to that mic now. We all want to know.
I don't have the bike. I've just got the tank.
Just the tank.
90s Harley Davidson. I believe it's a Heritage Classic. If I'm wrong, you guys call in and correct me.
They will. Don't think
this
they
was
won't.
sent up from Atlanta through Travis's manager. This one had a belly full of rust.
Well, listen, I want to show some of the pictures here to look up on the screen there, and this is how you got the tank?
Yeah, this is another tank very similar to it. It's rusty. The internal liner is failing.
Right.
And it's just a bad mess. We get them like this all the time.
So what's the process? We've talked about it before, but, I mean, folks got to know.
Well, this particular tank, the process was to strip the previous tank liner out of the tank.
Right. Is that what was in it right there?
Bag of the previous liner. This is what comes out of the tanks if you're skilled and determined.
Wow.
We strip the liner out, then we deal with the rust. We deal with the rust with a very powerful acid. We recycle and reuse.
Right.
And once that tank is
Did you bring me a Jello pudding pop? What's that right next to you right there?
This is the tank liner right here.
That's the actual liner?
Yes.
Man, here I thought
Two-part
you,
epoxy.
Man, I thought you were bringing ice cream. Me and Slob Rob were getting all excited right there. Thought you done brought us a lollipop or something. An ice cream. Some ice cream.
But yeah, two-part epoxy. We guarantee these tanks to last forever because this just doesn't degrade. It's made for fuel. It's not like we put fuel in it and hope it works.
Right.
It's made for
It actually
fuel.
works,
Sure.
folks.
But anyways, this came from a Harley-Davidson dealership in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
And they were very interested in us cleaning and writing the inside of the tank. This
So
tank
you're
also
telling
leaks-
me right now, you're telling me that if there's people watching that's out of state, they can ship this to you. They can get her done right there, just like that, and you'll handle business for them.
There's a lot of shops.
I'm telling you, because
Because he seems to know what he's doing. I've got a very, very powerful painting process.
Slob Rob is off camera, but I'm telling you right now,
Yes.
Slob Rob, you should have seen.
Slob
He
Rob's
brought
driving this
he
interview,
restored. Here, hold this mic right here, Slob Rob, for just a second.
Get in there.
But we can hear you, but we can't see you. But listen,
That's probably better.
honest to God, he came by the last time he was here 2 or 3 weeks ago. He brought his finished product. He's been working on this badass, and I wish I had the pictures in here to pop them up, but the folks that watch Born to Ride Radio have seen it. But he finished his, what year was it, a 75?
It was 72 Shovel. Took first place the last 4 times I've had it out.
His bike that he brought. His bike that he
Hey, I'm trying to put me over more.
75 H1 with the green H1.
Oh man!
Because listen, we love all bikes, but dude, let me tell you, this thing he stretched it. I mean, it looks like a modern street bike, but it's a 75 Kawasaki with the old Z1 motors on them.
No, that was the KH motor. The
KH motor. My bad.
The Widowmakers.
Right. It had 3-cylinder, right?
3-cylinder, 2-stroke.
That's right.
Not enough
My
brakes.
bad.
We called
My
them
bad.
green meanies back in Kawasaki 900s were bad.
No, this was a 500.
Oh yeah, the
2-stroke.
To the bone, baby.
never
Wasn't
made
the
it.
900 2-stroke?
No, the 750 was the largest 2-stroke
Okay.
they made.
I knew they were fast.
That thing was fast.
You just couldn't slow them down. Couldn't
But
stop 'em.
unbelievable bike, man, and I'll tell you, you need some custom paint work. That right there, that's my boy right there. Craig Paints Bikes, and I say it again, not just a clever name.
And this much that came out of a gas tank, that is unbelievable.
Show that up.
man.
Hold
Show
that up to the
again,
camera,
man.
Ian, up there.
He's got a marijuana bag full of
Rust.
What is that?
This is a
There's nothing you
cream
want to smoke.
liner. The
Wow.
stuff that's available in the bike shops. KREME. It starts off as cream colored.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
other
that's why
side
you're
is
getting-
the rust side that touches the tank.
That's
That's why you're
what you
getting
don't.
high-end jobs from Travis. I mean, Travis, he's no local
Yeah, ain't
guy.
no slouch, buddy.
big
Ain't
time.
no slouch. That's famous.
And
That's
of course,
famous.
This thing leaked through the paint and bubbled it up, and they were like, "Well, can we get the outside fixed? I know you're going to
Well, I
fix the inside."
suppose. Why not? Bike's going to look like a
Step
brand new
right
bike
out.
when he gets done with it. I'm
Yeah.
not lying to you. No need for it. So
But,
good stuff.
Travis did this bike, I think, in '95. This is the story I got from the third hand from the service manager through the manager,
Right.
through Travis's personal manager.
So, folks, if you need the services of Craig from Craig Paints Bikes, and again, not just a clever name, where can we go on the website there, buddy?
www.craigpaintsbikes.com.
Can I still get to it if I don't put www in front of it? You think it'll
you
still
can just
work?
type Craig Paints
probably
Bikes.
just Google
Look at
it,
that.
You can Facebook Craig Paints Bikes.
I'm just
Hard
messing.
You
to
can
line
call
up with
Craig
Google.
Paints Bikes.
Listen.
You can pray Craig Paints Bikes.
I'm just messing with my boy right there for crying out loud
Oh, that's
because
right
I
back.
have to. Folks, that's about all the time we have. We're going to have to call the squirrel because the squirrel's got to send us off with a positive message for the night, and I will need to hold that one right there again for you there, Slob. Let me hold that mic a second. This is my high tech telephone device right here.
Relay mic.
We get the squirrel on the line right now to send us off with a positive message.
Hello.
The squirrel is in the house, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Everybody give him some golf claps.
Hey, squirrel.
There we go. Golf claps for my boy Squirrel. Squirrel, we ran a little bit over tonight. Hope we didn't put you out. I know that you're on a tight schedule.
Oh, squirrel loves to put out.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
I was actually chilling a little bit, and I was just thinking about what I'm supposed to be talking about tonight.
Right.
as we go through this chaos that we're going through,
Right.
and our world's turned upside down and sideways and backwards.
But we're getting through it because we got each other's back. We're bikers, baby.
That's right.
Exactly. And what we need to do is we need to be grateful.
Yeah.
No matter how small that is, whether it's even just the breath of air that you got right now, the roof over your head, the food in your refrigerator, the gas in your car or car to even drive, or whatever it is that you can be grateful for. Be grateful. Because the more you're grateful, the more you'll have to be grateful for.
Look at that.
We're not done. This isn't over with.
Oh, God.
We're fighters. We always have been. We always will be. And we'll get through this.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I'm thankful for, Squirrel?
Yeah.
I just bought a whole gallon of Publix cookies and cream ice cream, and it's in my freezer. You just reminded me of that.
Ooh.
So I'm thankful. You know what I'm going to have when I get home.
For Flash, I'm grateful that I was at Publix too, and I got a thing of toilet paper.
There you go. It's a wonderful day, baby.
It's a beautiful thing. You're grateful for ice cream. I'm grateful for toilet paper.
That's
See
what
what I
I'm
mean? We can
talking
all be
about.
grateful for things.
That is what I'm talking about right there, baby. Well, Squirrel, we appreciate you. Always a pleasure to have you with us on the show. That is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks again to Slob Rob for coming by. Appreciate it. Craig Paints Bikes, always in the house. If you guys need anything, check him out on the World Wide Webical. He's on the interwebs, and he can hook you up, and we will see you right back here. Born to Ride Radio next Tuesday. Don't forget, if you missed it, tell your friends they can catch it on the repeat, and don't forget the YouTube channel on Born to Ride, and also all of the magazine. If you can't get out because you're staying at home, the magazine is online. BornToRide.com. Check it out. You can flip to the virtual pages. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night.
Born to Ride Magazine, the #1 biker magazine that delivers dynamic content for you, the reader, every month, has done it again. Stronger than ever, powered by Rubenstein Law. See the April 2020 issue online and on the streets, featuring Vigilante Motorworks on the cover with Crystal Maiden. John Bonner is a fabricator builder featured from Chopperama. And Eric Runyon nails the cover shot. Appalachian Backroads, Virginia is for motorcycle lovers. Learn about a ride that has 3 mountains, 438 curves, and 32 miles. Nefarious James, real deal, loyal to the bone. Check out his new column, Unspoken Responsibility. And get ready for Tattoo Portrait Photo Series from Nick Ermine. Unbelievable, like never before seen tattoo artwork, photography that Born to Ride delivers for you, the reader. Bam! Bam! Plus more content, more dynamic images, 8 pages of Bike Week 2020. And did you see Miss Liberty? The Rubenstein Law cartel bagger build that was everywhere at Bike Week. And time for an industry report. The Phenom, Tiny Trailer Nation. Randy Klaus delivers the goods you need to know to get your tiny trailer for 1/3 of the price of a toy hauler. So read it, watch it, ride it, plus so much more. Born to Ride, April 2020 issue on the streets and online now. For you, the reader.
Yeah, I have to say Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.